Welcome to the explanation video for SBW 2.06, March 6th, 2025, volume of prisms and cylinders. Your goal is to be able to determine the volume of a right prism, determine the volume of a cylinder, solve real-world problems involving the volume of a cylinder, and explain how to derive the volume formula for a cylinder. Feel free to pause this video at any time to take notes. In this video, you will review composite figures with practice problems, review volume with practice problems, and I will show you Geometry B SBW 2.06, which is due by midnight on 3/6. This is our composite figure review, which we went over. A composite figure is made up of several simple geometric shapes, such as triangles, rectangles, squares, circles, and semicircles. Notice how we can use the individual area of a circle and a square, and then alter them to find the area of our new composite figure. Using this picture below, we're going to answer these questions. What two shapes make up the composite figure? First of all, we see the half cylinder. Second of all, you see a prism. Now we can use the half cylinder and the prism formulas to find the volume of this shape. We use composite figures to solve for the volume of our total shape. In this example, we're going to use the formula for the volume of a prism, which is length times width times height, or also known as base times height. We'll also use the volume formula for a cylinder, which is pi times radius squared times height. So here's our picture again. Remember our two shapes that made up the composite figure, the half cylinder and the prism? What are the volume equations for each of the shapes? Well, you'll notice that the half cylinder is pi r squared times the height. Here's our half cylinder. We've got pi times radius squared times height. Then, because it's half of the cylinder, we'll divide that by 2. Next, we have our prism. This is going to be length times width times height. If we add the two equations together, what is the volume equation for the total composite figure? Well, the volume would be 3.14 for pi times 3 squared, since our radius is half of this length right here, times 14, and then half, because we're talking about half of the cylinder on the top. And we would add the volume of our prism, which is length, 6, times width, 14, times height, 5. One of the things I want you to notice is that the radius is half of the length. So if we're looking at this half cylinder right here, it's a half circle. And the radius that goes from the center to the outside edge is half of this 6 centimeters. So in our example, the radius is 3 squared. All right, now we're going to go ahead and work out the equation. So we've got volume is equal to pi r squared. We're going to use 3 times height divided by 2. So we're going to use 3.14 for pi, and we're going to round it to the nearest decimal place. So 3.14 for pi, 3 squared for radius squared, times 14, divided by 2 or times 1/2 is equal to 197.82. That's the top of our composite figure. The bottom of our composite figure is the prism. So we're going to say 6 times 14 times 5, which is a total of 420. Now that we have the volume of the top and the volume of the bottom, we can add both of those together. So 197.82 for the top plus 420 for the bottom gives us a total volume of 617.82 centimeters cubed. This is very similar to your writing assignment for today. Go ahead and take a look at your writing assignment now. We're going to use the diagram of this backpack. If you look at it, you see that it also has the same shapes. What two figures approximate the shape of the backpack? What is the radius of the top part of the backpack? What is the volume of the top part of the backpack? What is the volume of the entire backpack to the nearest cubic inch? Remember, add to find the total volume. These are your sentence starters, and when you're typing them in, remember that you can use caret 2 for anything squared and caret 3 for anything cubed. To get this caret, just use Shift-6 on your keyboard. Also remember that for pi, you're going to substitute 3.14. Here's your sentence starters. The two figures that make up the backpack are a blank and blank. The radius of the top of the backpack is blank. The volume of the top part of the backpack is blank. The volume of the backpack is blank. Please let us know if you have any questions on this assignment.